All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I am back with another video here. So today I was, last night before I woke up this morning, I was looking at some old Flyer stuff and trying to think of some videos that I could do. And some of one of the things that came across my mind was looking at old trades. And one of the trades that I stumbled upon was the Reggie Leach trade. That got the Flyers Reggie Leach, and I want to kind of break it down because it was a huge payoff for the Flyers. Obviously, it was huge because Leach was a pretty big part in what the Flyers were trying to build. Obviously, they just won their first cup. May 24th, 1974, the Flyers get Reggie Leach from the California Golden Seals in exchange for Larry Wright, who was a 1971 first-round pick, went 8th overall. Al McAdam, 1972, fourth-round pick, 55th overall, and a 1974 first-round pick, which ended up becoming Ron Chipperfield. And, obviously most people probably know this, but Leach played with Bobby Clark in Flin Flon for the Flin Flon Bombers for 2 years. Leach went 3rd overall in 1970 to the Bruins. He was already having a pretty decent career up until this point, getting traded. And I just going over it and just going back, I'll go over the full statistics. I'll start with the Flyers side of it. I'll start with Leach because I think that's probably the best way to do it because it really pays off. For the career, Leach in the regular season plays 934 games, 381 goals, 285 assists, 666 points, 387 penalty minutes. In the playoffs, 94 games played, 47 goals, 22 assists for 69 points, and 22 penalty minutes. That's in his entire NHL career. As a Flyer, 606 games played, 306 goals, 208 assists, 514 points, and 276 penalty minutes, 91 games played, and the same stat line for the playoffs, 47 goals, 22 assists, 69 points, 22 penalty minutes. Won the Cup in 75, one-time Cup champ. Conn Smythe winner that year as well. Was an All-Star in 1976 and 1980. He had 8 hat-tricks as a Flyer and then 2 50-goal seasons, 76 and 80, the 2 years that he made the All-Star team. Incredible. Absolutely incredible career. Now, as for what the Flyers sent the other way, Larry Wright in his full career played 106 NHL games. So nothing too crazy. He played with the Flyers for a little bit, Detroit, the Golden Seals, but outside of that, nothing too crazy. 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points, 19 penalty minutes for his entire career, and he went 8th overall in 1971. As for Al McAdam, pretty good picks going the other way again for being a 4th-round pick. He had 864 games played, 240 goals, 351 assists, 591 points, and 509 penalty minutes. In the playoffs, 64 games played, 20 goals, 24 assists, 44 points, and 21 penalty minutes. So much better for McAdam. And he was the guy that, again, you have to give something to get something, and that's kind of part of it. But to give up two players, right, and for Leach to play 934 games in his career, for McAdam to play 864, and right there, the two of them, McAdam and Wright outside of Chipperfield, that's 970 games, and Leach played 934 himself. So that kind of shows you right there. Obviously, you add Chipperfield into that, it's definitely over, and it's over 1,000 games total. But for 3 players, especially a guy that's 8th overall, and then Chipperfield being which was 17th overall, so pretty decent first-round picks. You'd expect something a little more than that, and that's why this trade was so huge for the Flyers. So Chipperfield at 83 games played, 22 goals, 24 assists, 46 points in the NHL. Played more games in the WHA, though. 369 games played, 153 goals, 177 assists for 330 points, 189 penalty minutes, played for the Vancouver Blazers, Calgary Cowboys, and the Edmonton Oilers before they merged to the NHL, and then played for the Quebec Nordiques in the NHL in those 83 games. So it was obviously a huge trade for the Flyers and really paid off dividends into what they were trying to build. And just overall, for a guy that plays most of it in the WHA, that you can't really factor into this trade because it was a different league, right? You can and you can't. I think there's two different ways to look at that. But I think the biggest thing was just how impactful Leach was. I mean, 250-goal seasons, the Conn Smythe in 75. Just as a Flyer, I mean, 306 of his 381 career goals are as a Flyer. Just insane numbers, and especially in the playoffs. I mean, 69 points in 91 games played. That's really good, and obviously, just huge in goal scoring and everything else, and the LCB line and everything. It's just incredible how the impact was and how good this trade was for the Flyers. Now, one thing that did happen was that Chipperfield was actually traded back to Philly on December 11th of 1974. He never actually played a game for the Flyers. He was on the roster and everything, but he never actually played a game. He was in the organization but never played. So there's that as well. Or at least when you go on the Hockey DB and you look up Ron Chipperfield, I couldn't find any games or anything like that. So again, don't quote me on that because that might be wrong. But just off the base of knowledge that I have and what I researched and everything, that's all I could really find. So it even worked out even better for the Flyers because you got Leach and then you ended up getting Chipperfield back. So really, you sent only 2 players to get Reggie Leach, and how much of an impact that really, made for your team at that time. So it's incredible. But let me know your guys' thoughts below on this deal. Kind of going back in time, and any other trades that you'd like me to take a look at here as well. Thanks everybody so much for all the support. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that stuff. Check out everything in the description, the links on the channel, all that stuff from Maher Media and everything, and the newsletter coming out Sunday mornings as well. Thanks everybody again for all the support, and I'll talk to you all again soon.